Councilman Tisdale to say the prayer, and if I can have Christy Labata to lead us in the pledge.
Lord, grant our city officials your divine wisdom and the mind of Christ so they can make decisions with understanding and humility. Help them to serve faithfully with integrity and to promote the general welfare of our city. Guide them to work together with a spirit of unity for the common good and a shared goal. Give them the strength and energy they need to carry out their duties and to answer their civic calling. In your name we pray. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
All right, I don't believe we have any additions to the agenda or revisions tonight, thank goodness. We'll go ahead and get started with the agenda, starting with the mayor's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Hope everyone noticed it's a full moon tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mayor, I'm jumping ahead here. Need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Tisdale.
Second.
Second by Mr. Creel. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all in favor? Those opposed, motion carries. Now,
All
mayor's
right,
report.
thank you, Mr. President. It's still a full moon, so I think it calls it a Bieber moon, but it's beautiful, and it's appropriate, the first meeting in November. I think we had an ability, or a meeting the other day, yesterday, to kind of go over some of the things that may pop up. So some of the questions I think have already kind of surfaced, and we're hopeful that we'll go in a business-like manner. And I think we'll actually continue this in some form or fashion before each meeting, so we can be business-like and not go on forever and ever, it seems like. But I do welcome everyone here to the meeting. A couple of things. I think you all have a picture that's been talked about. This is actually the final rendering and design of the Chick-fil-A at Pops Ferry will be at DRC next week. Is that right? So it is happening, and that's the main thing. So we're continuing to move in the right direction. Before ending this, I would ask the expenses from the Biloxi travel expense card to be spread upon the minutes. And I believe that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor. We'll move to council reports. We'll start on this side. Mr. Gray.
I would like to first say that, let everybody know that the mayor did not wreck his car. He's not buying no Lamborghini or nothing, so he's not getting any. And we're not doing a toll nowhere around the city. So I've been getting flooded with phone calls along with everybody else. So that is not happening. And I would like to yield my time to Tyler Prowan. He is with the skate park, and he wants to give us a little presentation.
Check. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tyler Prowan. For the uninitiated, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Council, and everyone else in attendance for giving me some of your time to talk today. And I came here to, here's the expectations of what we're going to cover real quick, is that we're going to talk about this really awesome event that we did at the DIY skate park. We're going to talk about how it's been going, the project's been going, and our way forward. So if you can see on the screen right there, this is a picture of Skating the Coast. So this was our second annual Skating the Coast contest 2025. It was a celebration of youth, of community, in the Gulf Coast culture, all around skateboarding. And so it was an incredible event. I'm glad to get the chance to talk to you about it today. So let's go to the next slide. Perfect. So this was a landmark community event, and the reason we could say that is because we had over 400 attendees, which is doubled from what we had last year. you take a look at the photo, this is some of the attendees that we had, but we had 400 throughout the day. So we hosted this event in collaboration with a couple of the nonprofits in the area, one of the most notable ones being Biloxi Main Street, as they helped us overcome some of the permitting, insurance, porta potties, stage, a ton of behind-the-scene work that made this event amazing and incredible. We also want to note that the Greater Biloxi Economic Development Foundation had a big contributing part to making sure the ramps were ready to go. A few weeks prior to this, we did a big revamp and beautification, and I don't know if you've been by the skate park recently, but it has 8 new features. Many of them have to do with safety and also to make them more aesthetically pleasing to the community, to match some of the mural art in the area, just overall boosting that area, making it a vibrant space for youth, local businesses, and that Gulf Coast community identity. That was the point of this event. Next slide. So here, as you can see in this photo right here, we had some youth that were absolutely ecstatic to be out there skateboarding with us, and they had a lot of fun. Like we start any of our flagship events, we started the morning off with a youth skate lesson. So we had mentors who were volunteer skateboarders that came to mentor the youth and show them the ropes. So these young skaters, 26 of them were mentored. So they received personalized skill building lessons and mentorship from dedicated and veteran skateboarders out there. And then we had a youth contest following that with 19 participants. And then we had an adult contest following that with 26 adults that competed in the skateboard competition. All right, next slide, please. So we had the honor of highlighting some of the absolutely most talented skateboarders here on the coast. And so we got to recognize them. Here we got a photo of a couple of our youth out there that won this event. So we recognize those who pushed their limits and earned a place on the podium. And skateboarding's a little bit different of a sport than most of the ones that are a little bit more traditional. In this kind of sport, and most sports, it's not typical that you're rooting for the opponent, right? But as competitors, every single one of them are hoping that their friends or the other skateboarders in this contest can land their trick, because that just makes it more of a challenge, and we all love that and we embrace that in this community. And so there's no animosity in these types of events. People are loving to see awesome tricks happening. So for our youth division, in first place, we had Keegan, a Biloxi native, this young man in the middle. We had Easton out from Pensacola who came out, and then Micah, another one of our natives here. All 3 of them did an incredible job. And then in our adult division, in first place, Timmy out from Petal. Second place, Dominic out from Mobile, and Kyle, one of our own local legends here from Biloxi. So GCSA, our Gulf Coast Skate Parks Association, we reinforce that commitment to supporting the youth development and providing pathways for success for those who are passionate about the sport. Next slide, please. All right, so we also had the awesome opportunity to collaborate with some of our community partners. So here's it at its best. We had 19 local sponsors and businesses that came and wrapped us around with support, wrapped their arms around us with support, including Biloxi Main Street, Greater Biloxi Economic Development Foundation again, and many other of our local businesses and organizations who just wanted to see this succeed. We had 30 dedicated volunteers from the community, notably 24 of them being airmen from the Air Force Sergeants Association, which is Chapter 652, which has also been helpful in restoring the Biloxi train station, the old cemetery, and many other projects around the city throughout the year. And so they came out here and they donated their time to set up, to tear down, and make sure that the event runs smoothly. And then finally, we had 6 local vendors out there this day, 4 skateboarding vendors, and 2 food trucks that engaged directly with the attendees there. We created a lot of foot traffic this day for downtown Biloxi. Next slide. So our economic impact, our economic and media impact here. So to date, this was our most successful fundraising event. We raised $2,600. Most of it we raised before we even stepped foot out into the park, which was awesome. So the funds raised will are a direct investment towards the Biloxi Skate Park project. So we also highlighted brought awareness to the project. We were featured on the news 3 different times in the local news. And then throughout this campaign period, this event period, we had 500 new followers on social media, raising the awareness further in organic social media. So the event generated significant economic activity through the vendor engagement while amplifying Biloxi's profile as a destination for youth-focused tourism and cultural events. Next slide, please. All right, but we're all here to talk about Biloxi and a strategic vision, right? We, as the Gulf Coast skaters, want to align what that vision is, right? So first of all, we got to talk about our youth. Youth development is the first thing we focus on. So we are providing safe, skill-building activities that foster confidence, creativity, and healthy recreation for local youth. A lot of times I get parents complaining about kids who don't have a great relationship with technology and they're always on their phones or tablets. When they come out to the skate park, it's rare to see a kid that's still on their phone or tablet while they're out there. It's a very social sport. Most of the time people learn to do tricks. It's not just for themselves, it's to show it off to their friends. So it gives them an organic way to be healthy, mentally, and socially fit in all these different domains. We also focused on economic growth. We want to drive that foot traffic back to downtown, driving vendor engagement, supporting local businesses, and creating tourism opportunities for our friends from around the Gulf Coast region to come and enjoy a weekend with us here in Biloxi. There was a lot of people who were out there who displayed their civic pride as well. We had a lot of volunteers from the military and the surrounding community, which strengthened that neighborhood connection and people just wanting to do good for their community. And finally, all of this ties back into our cultural identity. So celebrating Biloxi's creative spirit, we had musicians out there throughout the day, DJs, art, and the authentic Gulf Coast skate culture is being captured with these events that we're doing. We feel like these are things that align directly with the spirit of Biloxi. Next slide, please. But we want to continue to build on that momentum. So building momentum for a skate park legacy is our ultimate goal here. So skating in 2025, skating the coast in 2025 demonstrates strong community demand and organizational capacity for a permanent skate park in Biloxi. To date, we have $14,000 total raised towards the skate park project, and I know it's just a little bit in the bucket in the grand scheme of things towards the plan that we are aiming to achieve, but this is how much we have raised to date, is $14,000. This would be to enhance Biloxi's appeal as a family-friendly destination. All right, finally, last slide. Everyone, please wake up, listen to me. This is important. Okay, these are our next steps. We had a really great event, but what do we do next? Here's our next steps right here. What we are seeking to do is to get an official designation for the DIY skate park. We would like to see rules posted for the skate park, not just to help with liability, but we would like to have the behavior and conduct for the skate park, hours of operation, all the normal things you would have at any normal park. We also currently have a light issue at the park, so if you go by, you'll see that there's flickering lights or lights that are not on at all, and we would like for this issue to be addressed as soon as possible, but that's only a stop fix, because even when all those lights are working, it's not bright enough to be safe to skate during hours of darkness like right now. So in the future, we would absolutely need the same kind of lighting you would see at an outdoor basketball court or a soccer field to make sure it's safe for people to skateboard at. Going forward, we would love to continue to get grant and fundraising money to continue to go after that. In order to do that, we will need some form of approval and endorsement from City Council, the mayor, so that we can go and get these funding opportunities unlocked. That is something that we are asking for. And to include the skate park in the Biloxi's Park and Recreations Master Plan. And the Gulf Coast Skate Parks Association would love to help with the maintenance of the park in the future. Finally, Skate in the Coast 2025 set a benchmark for high-impact community programming. It proves that the skateboarding can unite residents, activate businesses, and uplift youth, and strengthen Biloxi's identity as a vibrant Gulf Coast destination. We respectfully request the Biloxi's City Council to continue to support the momentum as we build towards a permanent park that will serve our community for decades to come. Y'all have any questions?
I got a couple of comments. The first thing I want to say is this. It's not only the words that you say, it's the actions that you take, Tyler, and you to be commended for that. The community outreach and how you've been able to rally people to get projects done. That's what a true Biloxian is. The only spin I see is when you're spinning around on one of those skateboards out there. But the other thing I've been following, you've been doing these interviews. I watch it, and I listen to the people talk, and why they like it, why are you out here, all that kind of stuff. That is really good stuff, man. And I'm sure your councilman that's in your ward is going to be putting forth resolutions, and I'm sure we'll all all support that action. But thank you. Thank you for being a true Biloxian.
My pleasure.
All right. Any other comments? Any other comments?
We want to thank you. Tyler does a lot for the city. He got a crew out here to help with the Christmas ornaments that weekend. We did that. He did the train station, the cemetery cleanup. Tyler has done a lot for the city, and we appreciate it. And the skate park splits me and Mr. Marshall's ward. So I mean, we're excited. I mean, I see more kids now. Like you said, they're not on the phone, they're out in the neighborhood skating. And that's good to see. I mean, I'm always seeing different people skating through my neighborhood. And it's good, and a lot of it is because of you and your people that get out here and help. We appreciate that. That's all I have. Well, I want some other stuff, whatever.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
I want to close the meeting tonight on Rhonda Bellius. She was a longtime employee of the city. She passed away last week. And close the meeting on Larry Bird. Larry Bird was a Biloxian. He grew up here. He passed away on October the 30th at the age of 61 with his family surrounding him. Larry was a medic at Keesler Air Force Base. You know, like I said, he was raised in Biloxi, and he permanently was here. I knew Larry not very well, not like a lot of other people. I knew who he was, and, you know, I'm sure Larry is going to be missed for sure, but I'd like to close the meeting in their honor.
Thank you.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Marshall?
First of all, I want to say that when we had the budget hearings, one of the things that came up was the fact that in East Biloxi, we did not have the luxury of CTA bus transportation, public transportation. CTA came and made their presentation to this board. This board listened. It was recommended that CTA, before they receive any funding, CTA go back and address one issue. The issue was that as CTA stated, their purpose was to provide transportation to those who need transportation. It was brought out to CTA that the people in East Biloxi, especially on Division Street area, didn't have a bus route. There was no buses going there. They recognized that error, and today I had the opportunity to meet with them, and they presented a map with 12 new bus stops in that area, and that is for East Biloxi, and that is a blessing for those who don't have to walk all the way up to the train station area to get a bus. It's coming right down the street for them, so that was a blessing. They're going to be putting out the new signs for those stops. These are the new signs that are going across all the city, but we're going to be coming up with the new signs first in that area. And I like for all this, if any of the city councilmen, when we start that bus route, we do what we do with the train, go there and take a ride on it. And that way we can get it kicked off right and let the people know that there is a service that this council made sure went to East Biloxi. The next thing on the agenda for me is that in our community, I've stressed all my life that, and I've been told all my life to give back to the community. It's not about me getting things, but each of us have gifts that God has given us. And you're supposed to take that gift and use that gift to give back to the community. There's one young lady who I must say has taken that to heart because her mother taught her the same thing that my mother taught me, to take the gift that God has given you give that gift back and share it with the community. And this young lady has done it with the youth. In our community and throughout the city of Biloxi, we have to spend time, dedicated time, not just any time, but dedicated time with our youth, because they are the ones that need our attention. They have to lead. We have to lead by setting an example. There's a young person that has done that, and I'm proud. I know the family, and I'm just so proud of her. I'm going to ask that she come forward, Miss Ashleen Prince. I'm going to walk around, but I have to speak here because we don't have portable mics yet. We got one? Let me come around there.
He's so bashful, you know. We're honored to present this proclamation. Do a little photo op and everyone here. Whereas Ashland Prince, Biloxi, and a graduate of Biloxi Public Schools, discovered her love for singing at the young age of 3, encouraged by her mother, and who instilled in her wisdom of Proverbs 18, a man's gift maketh room for him. Whereas guided by her faith and family, Ashland continued to develop her musical gift within the church, laying the foundation for a lifelong passion to inspire others. On September 6, 2024, Ashland founded the Coast Connect Youth Community Choir with her vision of uniting youth across the Gulf Coast to lift their voices, praise, and make a joyful noise unto God. Whereas Coast Connect has since grown into a platform that nurtures and showcases the diverse talents of young people, including singing, dancing, stepping, and playing instruments. Whereas through her leadership, Ashland has created more than a choir. She has built a community that inspires, empowers, and positively impacts the lives of youth, parents, and audiences throughout Mississippi and beyond. Now, therefore, I, Andrew Fofo Gillich, Mayor of the City of Biloxi, Mississippi, do hereby recognize and commend Ashland Prince for her vision, commitment, and lasting contributions to the youth of the Gulf Coast through the founding of Coast Connect Youth Community Choir. Congratulations.
She's inspired you, hasn't she?
Also, I want to say that on tomorrow at 5:30, the council is going to have a special meeting, and in reference to CDBG, Community Development Block Grant, is a workshop meeting. It is designed to hear all the rules, regulations, and discuss the funding that will be available for CDBG for the community, and we'll be discussing possibility which route we'll be taking with those funds. I also want to say that in the morning, the mayor, along with a couple other council members, will be going into the neighborhood. And I want to say that I asked the mayor if he would be present to go and see for himself the people and their needs. The mayor has graciously, as a matter of fact, he was kind of excited. He wants to go and see. And we're going to go in the morning, we're going to go to the citizens, the senior citizens, and we're going to look at their needs, their housing needs, their rehab needs. And we're going to be discussing then afterwards at 5:30 tomorrow, what, if anything, we can do. And in the process for us to move forward to being a help to the community. And I want to thank my city councilman for graciously also going with me and the mayor, and I know it's a little early for them, but we gotta do what we gotta do. All right, and at this time, I think I'm gonna pass it out.
Thank you, Mr. Marshall, for that very positive report, and thank you for the invitation for tomorrow as well. Mr. Neal.
Okay, I just got a couple things. Rick, is there any way we can put some trash cans on Tara and Lawrence
And Howard?
and Howard? There's a lot of paper usually ends up there. Maybe if there's a few trash cans out there, they might throw them in there.
Yeah, we can get those out, sure.
Okay,
I'll get with Cleo tomorrow and see if we
All
can
right.
run some out there.
all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I was going to ask Walt something. Is Southern Avenue and Camellia Street open, or is this people just taking it amongst themselves to drive down it? Because I drove down it today.
Right now, Camellia and Southern are not, if they're open, it's because they regraded and put some rock down. We had some issues with getting the grade elevations correct on Camellia Street and Southern. We prefer if they would continue with the detour route over onto Althea, so we can get those grade elevations corrected and out to the contractors so they can pave it. But I'll look into that some more tomorrow, Councilman, and advise back to you, sir.
You think the people just moved the cones and start driving down it?
I drove it this morning and after lunch, and it still had the barricades up and the road was pretty roughed up. So if they are driving it on Southern, I could see where they could.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they're driving down Camellia Street because it is pretty, really bad, and we've got the manholes and water valves adjusted, and
Yeah, it looks like they're driving to get to Treasure Bay. That's the only place they can go there.
well, they do have the good seafood buffet, so I don't blame them.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And then I got the Broadwater property. Is there any way we can,
Right. I think you and I talked a little bit about Louis Elias as far as the point person that will connect with you on just
Yeah.
on-site kind of
yeah, I'd love to go out there with him.
Yeah. I'll get Louis to connect with you directly.
Because I could show him a few things that just, very little bitty things
Possibilities,
would
yeah.
clean it up.
Right.
All right, thank you. That's it.
Mr. Creel.
So tomorrow, since we do have a quorum now on the Beautification Commission, we've scheduled a meeting for the 4 appointees that have been confirmed, meeting to just go over basically what the duties are and just for them to meet each other and to start a relationship and team building. With that, I would encourage the 3 council members that are still searching for that perfect person to get their nominees appointed so we can get them confirmed and we can get it going. So we're up to 4. So the remaining 3 would be a great addition, and we can get this commission headed in the right direction. So the mayor briefly mentioned it earlier, Chick-fil-A. So he passed this out to each councilman, so we got the plans. So as of last Friday, we received the long-awaited building construction plans for the new Chick-fil-A to be located on Pass Road. The civil site plan design and the landscape plans were submitted several months ago, but during the process, Chick-fil-A decided to change the building to a panelized form of construction and went back to the drawing board. The building plans have now been received, and the city will begin the plan to review process so that we can issue a building permit to begin a construction. So we're headed in the right direction there, moving right along. So thank you, Jerry Creel, for staying on top of that and submitting the renditions to the council. Last but not least, any update on the Sanger?
Still same hopeful the week of Thanksgiving or before Thanksgiving, install the carpet.
So do we have the carpet now or no?
No, not yet. It's coming. It's coming. It was an 8 to 10 week kind of.
It's just Christmas around the corner. We got what the elf wanting to come in there, so.
Yeah, we're hopeful Thanksgiving.
All right, that's all I have, thank you.
Tisdale.
Yes, I see Ronnie Seymour, Parks and Recreation out there, which reminded me that we had a couple of championship football games. I think it was Wednesday night. One was a tackle football championship for 11 and 12-year-olds, and then a flag football for 8 and 9-year-olds, I'm guessing. 7. Gotcha. So anyway, I can't remember who won. All these people out there with hair look alike to me. They have helmets on. I don't know who's number what, but they drew a good crowd, and it was a lot of fun, and it was good football weather. Thank you, Ronnie, and it was well run. An observation just on the city's website where we post the jobs, we have the position titles that are available, but we don't have how many vacancies for that position exist. In other words, if you're looking for a laborer in Public Works, we may need 3, but you're only going to see that listed once. So, I don't know, some applicants may think if you only need 1, how many are going to apply? I'm not even going to apply, but I don't know if it'll help or not, just a thought. Second thing is, tomorrow night, will we have somebody streaming that meeting for the CDBG workshop tomorrow night?
I don't think so.
Well, if we have I would suggest that if we have a quorum here, we should have somebody streaming that for folks either who are unable to attend and want to see it live stream, or can view it later. It's just...
We'll check with John as far as availability.
Okay, I would encourage us to do that. I mean, it's a good transparent measure, I think. Also, Walt, if you don't mind coming up just for a moment. I just need a little reassurance. Shopping season for Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming up, and I know last year with projects BEA 1, 2, and 3, there were some issues at times and a lot of anxiety about whether the entrances and exits to the mall, particularly on Highway 90, would be open and accessible, and I know we're just around the corner again from a hot and heavy shopping season. So we just need to do whatever we can and work with that contractor to be sure that all those entrances and exits are accessible to shoppers. I've just brought you up in case you wanted to say okay, or that's a great idea, or something like that.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Let me say, in the past, Terry Powell from the mall has been working pretty close with us and the contract on giving us some ideas and pointing out some things that we could do.
Yeah, I just know that's a big time of the year for those vendors out there.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Walt. Looking good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that concludes my comments.
Thank you, Mr. Tisdale. Mr. Shoemaker.
Just a few things. I would agree with what Councilman Tisdale said. I know Public Affairs is busy. They have more than I'm sure they can handle. But for transparency, I think it's probably a good idea if we're having a meeting like this or like the one last night. I did have several calls last night during and after the meeting that people wanted to watch it, and just the whole transparency thing came up again. So if it's able to and they have time, that would be great. I think if somebody could video that. Last week I had Trunk or Treat, Ward 7 in Eagle Point Park. It ended up being great. We had a lot of participants and more trunks than we had in the previous couple years. So I think it worked out. It was a Tuesday night, and in years past it's been a Saturday, but I think it was a great success. Christmas, we have, it was set, I think, today. We'll have our annual Wool Market Christmas Parade. Will be December 13th, which is a Saturday, and there'll be more information coming out about that soon. And lastly, I have a Ward 7 council meeting next week, Thursday, November 13th, at the Wool Market City Center at 6 p.m. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shoemaker. Got a few things. I want to start it off by commending the mayor by having some vision and holding a agenda review session or workshop. I know you intend to do that going forward. I think that was a good way to take the first step and be approachable to answer any questions. You can almost see it with the decorum here tonight. It's good. It's good to see this decorum and everybody being civil and respectful to do our work. It's really nice to see. I hope we can continue more of that. I'm sure we'll try. A couple of other things. Oak Ridge Place and Lick Skillet Road drainage improvement. We passed an interlocal agreement not too long ago, and the drainage on Lick Skillet and Oak Ridge Place, that has been corrected. I did turn in a request to review some additional drainage. There was some dialogue, I believe, with Public Works with one of the residents some time back about installing a catch basin and doing some improvements with the pond that's near one of the residents. If we can just look at that and kind of give me some feedback on that, I'd appreciate it. I noticed they were also prepping the roads in that area, so they're getting ready to pave that whole neighborhood of Oak Ridge Place. They are thrilled, they're ecstatic about it, and that's taken a lot. That wasn't overnight, that wasn't a 2-day or 2-month. I've been working on that probably over a year to get that done. It just goes to show you can get stuff done with honey and not necessarily vinegar sometimes. Also, I want to just talk about some events. We had crew at Neptune kind of pulled the trigger on the barbecue event. Wayne's involved with that a little bit, but it's their second year. I think it grew a little bit. We still got to do some marketing, but the weather on the coast, by the way, lately has been just absolutely beautiful and marvelous. When I was coming down the loop to attend this meeting, there were 6 shrimp boats that were heading out. I took some pictures. I'm going to post it on my Facebook page later because it was just capturing a moment. But I want to talk about, we think we're in the off season. I'm with the Tourism Commission, and I pulled some of their events that are coming up or in the last, call it 30 days. Mississippi Nurses Association, the Mississippi Student Nurses Association. I just want to get this on the record so everybody knows what's happening on the coast, and Biloxi's where it's at. Vets by the Shore, Deep South Turf Expo, Breakers Hockey is now kicking off. William and Carey University Scholarship Dinner is going to be Thursday, and we had Drew Brees as a past, guest speaker. The guest speaker Thursday is Archie Manning, so it's really, really cool to see Archie Manning on the coast. Not Arch Manning, Archie Manning, David. So there's a difference. Yes. Okay. All right, Christmas City Gift Show. Yellow Card, we got several dance competitions, and these bring in nearly 1,000 dancers that compete at the Coliseum. So it's really good to see those groups coming back. Tiger Rock, martial arts, Pathways to Possibilities. That's been an event, the educational event for youth, and if you get a chance to attend that, they're all, Doc, you probably attended some of those, Pathway to Possibilities.
And a few.
Yep, so, here they are on the coast again. West Dance, Coast Dance Show, the Blues Show, Roberts Wealth Management Christmas Party, Deep South Cheer. NCAA basketball comes to the Coliseum, and it pits USM against Ole Miss. That's pretty cool, too, for all you alumni out there. And I can go on and on. There's a lot more. Mississippi Army National Guard, the Hot Tub Expo. David, I know you want to go to that one. So, Movers and Shakers, Heart, the band Heart. Some of y'all may not know who that is. It may be a little bit longer, but me and Doc and some others know. Jason Aldean, and I'm going to stop there. There's about 10 other ones, and I'm going to stop there. And that leads me to introduce what I consider a VIP in the audience, Mr. Richard Marsh. He sits on the Tourism Commission with Coastal Mississippi. If you'd stand up and be recognized, Mr. Richard. And I'm going to conclude my report inviting Mr. Rashad Dorsey. He's an acclaimed musician, pianist. He's going to talk about an event next November, another big event, and they want to grow this event. They've already, they're doing a presentation, if they haven't already, to the city of Gulfport. But this event can be a big event, bringing a lot of people, and they'll tell you the numbers in a minute. But it's a music and film festival. So, Mr. Dorsey, if you come up, try to do your presentation and as quickly and as steady and as methodically as you can.
All right, thank you. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good?
All right, doing well. Thank you so much for the opportunity. First, I want to address the council, ladies and gentlemen, prospective stakeholders tonight, and honored guests as well. I am C. Rashad Dorsey, the visionary behind Team Ambiance LLC. I am absolutely thrilled tonight to introduce the Ambiance Music and Film Festival, a groundbreaking event that would actually transform the Mississippi Golden Gulf Coast as we know it tonight into a vibrant hub of artistic expression and economic growth. This event is scheduled for November the 19th through the 22nd of 2026. This 4-day extravaganza will feature an eclectic lineup of performers and actors showcasing a diverse range of genres, including smooth jazz, Latin, gospel, country, classic R&B, and hip-hop. Our projected attendance is 150,000 or more coming to the Mississippi Golden Gulf Coast, to the Tri-County area. We want to kind of really kind of bring notoriety to Harrison County and have them strictly involved in this at this point. However, this is going to attract global attention thanks to our strategic partnerships with Unity One Entertainment, and they're here tonight. They've flown in from basically all over the U.S. Mainland, the lower 48, as well as Hawaii, Delaware, you name it, the Bronx, New York. They're here tonight to discuss in further detail regarding this game changer. This is going to really bring a global notoriety to our market. I'm not saying that we aren't already known all over the world, but when you start talking about numbers like that in a place where we lose 85% of our tourism revenue in Biloxi and Gulfport on the Mississippi Golden Gulf Coast during that time frame, and this is definitely going to create a long-lasting economic and cultural impact for generations. Our kids will be talking about this, and I would love to partner with you all and have your support. This event is more than just a celebration of music and film. It's a catalyst for economic and cultural impact that will resonate for generations to come, as I just stated. By investing in this festival, you will be contributing to the upward progression of our local economy, creating new business opportunities, and fostering a thriving art scene that benefits local artists as well as youth. Our global marketing strategy will put the Mississippi Gulf Coast on the map, drawing visitors from far and wide. With your support, Council, and partnership, we can make this event a resounding success, generating significant revenue for local businesses and creating a lasting legacy within our community. Now, the key highlights will be movie premieres for 2027 and beyond, a diverse lineup of smooth jazz, gospel, country, classic R&B, hip-hop performances will cater to a wide range of audiences as well. A golf tournament, as you know, we do have world-class golf here on the Mississippi Golden Gulf Coast, and it's a lot of notoriety that's been created regarding that specific craft, as well as being able to cater to the children as well, because this will be a family-oriented affair. A children's festival will be part of the event, creating partnerships with the Mississippi Aquarium, and the economic impact breakdown, which is be job creation, temporary jobs for event staff, vendors, security, and other sectors, local business boost, revenue generation, tourism growth, arts development, and you're talking about being able to create between $200 and $300 million here in the local economy every November. That's unheard of in November where we live. I've done the numbers. We've done a market analysis, know exactly what's going on here during that time of year. And you can go to sleep on the beach and nobody's going to wake you up that time of year. Okay? So, prospective venues, we want to utilize 4 of the major venues here as of right now on the Mississippi Gulf Coast in Biloxi, which would be Keystone Federal Park, as well as Point Cadet, as well as the landmass on the side of the Mississippi Aquarium, which is Gulfport, as well as the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum and Convention Space. And I have Ms. Dahlia Manette to my rear for a Q&A session for any questions that you may have. They've done a dynamic job thus far. We've already met with some of the officials over in Gulfport to kind of discuss into further detail regarding this event and this prospective opportunity that we're staring down the barrel of right now. This is a major opportunity for our economy. Thank you. Dahlia Manette.
Thank you.
Good evening. Like you said, my name is Dahlia Manette Sizer. I am the CEO of Unity One Entertainment. Unity One Entertainment is a consortium of 5 organizations that have come together to make sure that we bring an immersive experience into your community. We are all from the entertainment industry, whether it is from music or movies, and we have worked in it for decades. My own company, Staccato Management, is a management company for up-and-coming jazz artists as well as legendary artists, where I've worked with artists around the world, going into everything from festivals, concerts. You know, we have artists who have performed in front of presidents, in front of Nelson Mandela, and so on. We have here tonight Emmy Award-winning artist Allison Williams, if she just can hear. She has... Some of you may know her work. She has, easiest story to tell is she has sung the song for the basketball season, and you hear that every time they start basketball season, and also in a lot of the PlayStation that they have. She is the one singing that, as well as she is one of the forefront, bringing in hip-hop into the forefront, as well as jazz. And if you are a jazz aficionado, you have heard some of her music with some of the artists such as Najee. You've heard her sing with, I'm not even gonna mention the other artists because he's the most important to me since he's my older brother. And the next on the list is we have Doc Scott, who is our president of film and television, who is passionate about making sure that movies are an integral part of music, as well as doing streaming movies and television shows. Along with Doc, we have Ashley Robinson, who is our senior VP of film and television, has been teaching me quite a bit about the movies and film today. And we have Ashley Robinson here. I don't think there is one show that she has not been a producer or executive producer on that I can recall. Next, we have James Jones, who's our COO. He has worked in the music industry from hip-hop to jazz to R&B, putting together festivals in New York City as well as concerts around the way. We'll be having a big concert for, I believe it's Blue Magic, for New Year's Eve. He's very instrumental in planning that for people in New York City. We also have along with him Leslie Jones, who is our president of operations. He is really involved with making sure the logistics and the event management in terms of traffic and in terms of moving people is correct, and working with the police departments to ensure that we have a safe and great time for the people of Gulfport as well as the visitors that are coming in. And last but certainly not least, we have Gwendolyn Harris. And Gwendolyn is our CAO officer. She is also involved with military and veterans affairs and making sure that we have our veterans involved as well as the cadets who are here with your military base here. I guess that is all that in terms of introduction, but we believe in having immersive events that are tailored to the communities that we are in. We want to make sure that we embed ourselves with our community. working with your nonprofits such as the Boys and Girls Club, to work with the American Cancer Society, as well as working with the Salvation Army. We want to do that because we want to make sure that you understand that we're not just here to make a profit. We are here because we know that we can provide a service as well and bring hope and creativity to the community. So even though the festival will only be 4 days, we intend to have a lasting relationship for years coming on. And if you'd have any questions, I'd be happy to answer that for you.
Any questions? Anybody want to ask any questions? I think this is a great opportunity to start that networking with the mayor and maybe his public affairs. By the way, the mayor can tickle the keyboard a little bit too. He may want to jump in there with y'all.
But we are having a children's festival, so we can come
I work with children, that's good.
and do that as well.
Would you
Thank
repeat-
you. Thank you very, very much.
Hey, the date again, the date of the November, what?
November 19th through the 22nd. And the final day, which will be the Sunday, we will be having that Sunday dedicated
next
to
year.
the local churches and bringing in gospel artists as well.
Thank you. Chief's really excited back there, but I think he'll be retiring before next year.
Thank you.
All right, that concludes all council reports. We'll move on to the public agenda, citizens' comments. We've got a allotted time of 45 minutes. This is not a question and answer session, but you can speak your opinion or on any topic you'd like or any ideas that you have. When I recognize you, come up to the front, sign in your name, your address, and state it clearly so the clerk can record it. So we'll start on my left, your right, raise your hand. Yes, sir, in the front. Yes. I'm sorry, you want to pass something out? Yeah, bring it on up. Bring it on up. Thank you.
All right.
Keller Avenue?
217 Keller Avenue.
Okay, I'll be here. Thank you.
My name is Andy Linville. I'm a former city employee and candidate for mayor. I was fired for running for public office against the mayor and for asking legitimate questions about our city's finances. April of this year, I requested the city's payroll register because I see a $14.8 million irregularity. The city did not produce the document. I filed a complaint with the Mississippi Ethics Commission, and instead of cooperating, the city hired an outside attorney to stop me from seeing the truth. Every time I ask for transparency, the answer is the same: hire another attorney and hide the records. This goes beyond employment and politics. It's a violation of the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or the right of the people to petition the government for redress of grievances. Those 25 words are the foundation of every freedom we enjoy. We guarantee that every citizen has a right to speak, question government, and seek the truth without fear of punishment. When a mayor fires an employee for running in an election or for requesting public documents, that's not just retaliation. It's an assault on the constitutional right that protects everybody in this room. I tried to resolve this privately. I offered a fair settlement and reemployment. The city had every opportunity to talk, but they refused 3 times. Instead, it continues to spend taxpayers' money on outside attorneys to defend the indefensible. Tomorrow, I'll be filing charges in federal court for political retaliation and violation of my First Amendment rights. I take no joy in that, but the city left me no choice. To the members of this city council, you were thrown into a financial mess. I respect that. You have a duty to the citizens that elected you. You can't fix what you can't see. That's why I'm asking this council to formally request a full audit and investigation by the Mississippi auditor and in the state's payroll, finances, and legal spending, and explain those payroll irregularities. I am placing this council on notice of the retaliation and First Amendment violations committed against me. No action is taken. That failure will stand as ratification of the mayor's unlawful conduct and will make the city liable for it. I didn't want this fight. I tried to reason with the city and they refused. This isn't about me. It's about protecting the fundamental rights of every citizen in this town. The right to speak freely, to question authority, and to hold power accountable. Because the First Amendment doesn't belong to them. It belongs to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Linville. Anybody else on my left? Your right? Anybody on my right? Your left? Anybody in the back of the room? All right. Citizens' comments is now closed. We'll move on to the policy agenda. The clerk would read the ordinance, second reading.
Ordinance to amend municipal facilities pertaining to the rental fees for the A.J. Holloway Sports Complex.
All right. This was moved by Mr. Tisdale and Mr. Nail. Mr. Tisdale?
Yes, I'd be interested in the discussion. I'm assuming we're going to have some discussion tonight.
Okay.
I'd be interested in hearing that. My position is in looking at the flat rate, whatever that means, the daily rate, and in addition, the per admission, and I'm not in favor of the per admission for the attendees. It would be very cumbersome, and I think raises issues of do you just accept whatever number in attendees, for example, that the promoter says attended that day? I mean, how do you deal with that? Who's going to take up the tickets? Who's going to count the tickets? Anyway, all those things. And maybe there are answers to these, but that's why I'm interested in the discussion. That's all I have to say at this point.
Let's start there. Let's ask the administration to respond to that.
No, based off the discussion that we had yesterday, and I think the administration is very open to the flat rate fee. From those, what we have taken a look at is not only at the money that was invested into A.J. Holloway, but also the continuing of these facilities as what we looked at from those. So from this, based on the flat fee, I think of what we discussed yesterday of $2,000 per side per day, that would be an acceptable fee for everyone to be able to not only take a look at paying for the overtime, paying for what was going on during those tournaments, but also helping to provide some funding back towards the field for maintenance, such as the ceilings, the roof leaks, any of the other stuff that also comes about with the ballparks.
Mr. Creel.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, absolutely, and I agree wholeheartedly. I know there'll be times maybe the overtime may be more than what we get simply because of other functions that are happening during the week. For example, the football, flag football going on during the week, we have a tournament that weekend, there'll be more overtime. So we may, but I think over the year or the fiscal year, it will average out because there will be several months where we have the weekend tournaments and we don't have the extracurricular activities during the week to where we won't have that much overtime. So with that being said, and I believe the tournament organizers that I've discussed this with, based on our conversations yesterday, they're in favor of it as well, as opposed to the gate fee. So I appreciate the consideration, absolutely.
Right, and let me add too, I think the discussion made sense yesterday, and also, but from a revenue standpoint, that it's not the only look at what, from the concessions as well as sponsorships. So we're going to generate revenue, but that was just one component of travel ball.
That's right.
That, we want to not leave anything on the table, so to speak, that it's all part of the picture on how we make this move forward and successful. As Rick was saying, O&M, things that's going to happen over the next 15 years need to be considered. So we're good with.
I'm glad you brought up the concession, and that was another issue. I'm not sure when the concession goes up, but I believe this increase was a 33% increase. So if we could look at the concession contract and apply the same percentage possibly to what the concession is.
Absolutely, we're looking at every flavor of that opportunity.
Profit's not a dirty word. We just got to figure out. That's right.
All right, any other comments? Okay, I got one comment. Man, this facility, it hasn't been that very long since we enhanced the facilities here and improved the turf fields, and you see the results of that vision. And I want to thank the previous councils, and I'm going to thank this council for continuing that work and looking at issues like this and making it more simple to understand.
So is this time to make the amendment? Is that what we're?
In a minute.
Okay.
Almost. And I also want to make sure that if we put this ordinance in place, is there any wiggle room when you're negotiating with a promoter and they come back and they're saying, look, I'm going to have to move it to Gulfport, and we know we're going to have this space because once these dates, unless you have somebody backing it up for that date, when that date's gone and it's empty, and we lose an opportunity. So if we recognize in November or December or some of these shoulder months, or it may even be one of the peak months, maybe peculiar, do we have wiggle room to negotiate and not be just, hey, it's this or nothing?
Well, I think there's always wiggle room, especially, things that would come before the council in order to, make it more profitable, because give up a little bit here and make a little bit there, especially when it comes to
I just want to make sure that's in play and we don't, we're saying, hey, it's this and take it or leave it, and then we start losing a few tournaments and it's costing us.
So based on what you said, you brought up a valid point, is would this be going forward, or would this be, the tournaments we have in place, are they under contract with the previous amount?
Yeah, previous amounts apply. This would be new contracts, and, this is our second season, and I think that's what we're talking about. Everything that we've done, it's been.
Well, the thing about baseball, we can play year-round here, so that's.
But I mean, if someone comes for 27 and that season, and we're looking forward, I mean, hopefully we'll have 2 or 3 year look ahead, if we're successful, then we have some opportunity to make some adjustments based on volume or based on timing.
Similar to what they do now with all our other facilities.
That's it.
Okay. All right. Being no more discussion, the chair will entertain an amendment.
So I'd like to make the amendment that we strike the language of the dollar gate fee. So it's, I don't know if it's section I and II. We would strike both of those in section 1 and 2, and we would increase.
No.
We would increase for one day would be 2,000, so it would be 500 per side per day. So the amendment would be 500 per side per day. So we'd go from 1,500 to 2,000 per side, and then it would be, if it's a 2-day tournament, it'd be 4,000 per side. Yeah, so 500 per day per side increase in the flat rate.
Carrie, you clear on that or not? Or are you going to get clear? You'll get clear on it? Okay. All right, I need a second.
So just to make sure we're on the same page, what we're doing is we're striking, and the reason why I called out the letters was simply because the letters included the dollar and the $1.50.
Let's get a second and continue discussion.
I'll second it.
Who seconded it?
Me, Wayne.
All right. Seconded by Mr. Gray. Discussion, continue.
Yeah, so section 1 is the 5 baseball fields, section 2 is the 5 softball fields. So it would go, one day would be 2,000 per side per day. We would strike the language plus $1.50 per admission. And the same thing with II. It would be, 2 days would be 4,000, and we would strike the language plus $1 per admission per day. And the same thing with 2 on the softball. It would say 2,000 one day, and we would strike the language plus $1.50 admission per day, And then I would say 2 days would be 4,000. Then we would strike the language plus $1 per admission per day.
All right, Mr. Gray?
No, I think this would be a great thing. And that way people don't feel like you nickel and dime them death over $1, $1.50.
All right,
That's
any
all
other,
I have.
sorry,
That's all I have.
any other discussion? There being none, I'll call for the question. All in favor of the amendment? Those opposed? Motion carries unanimous. All in favor of the ordinance as amended? All opposed? Ordinance carries unanimous. Thank you, gentlemen. Next item.
Resolution granting conditional use approval to authorize a convenience store with gas sales, liquor store, and a restaurant located at 1951 Pops Ferry Road.
I'll move it. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Gray. Mr. Creel, I know this has been in the works for some time, and there's been the expiration of some of the applications or that they've applied for or designations they've applied for. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, sir. Mr. Kenny Patel, who is the applicant on both of these next two items, came in a couple of years ago and went through the process and got approval for the one new convenience store that would be built at the corner of Pops Ferry and Jam Lane, and also the old McDonald's restaurant on Pass Road on the
Outside
next to the
Kiesel.
gate. And he came in and got conditional use approval, and he did not take any action. Now, the ordinance says that if you get approval for a conditional use and you don't take any action within 1 year, then it expires. So essentially what happened is it expired. When Mr. Kevin Weaver came in to make the presentation to the Planning Commission, he said that Mr. Patel now has his financing in order, that he's ready to move forward. So you're basically approving something that has previously been approved on both of those.
But it doesn't require the condition that expired, right? He'll have to go reapply for that, or does he have to reapply for that?
Well, he's done that. If y'all
Okay.
if y'all approve this, then he would be approved.
Okay.
He can move forward with submitting his building construction plans.
All right. Mr. Gray?
I just, I really appreciate Mr. Patel believing in Biloxi, where he's coming to spend his money on two different projects for the city of Biloxi. And hopefully we have more people like him step forward and want to build these projects and believe in Biloxi. That's all I have.
Any other discussion?
Quick question. So would they have to do an environmental impact on the vacant land?
They probably will as a part of the gas sales. The reason this is conditional use is because they have gas sales attached to it. If they were just a convenience store, this would be a use by right. They wouldn't even have to come to the Planning Commission or the council, but because of the gas sales they do, and my guess is because of that, they would have to do an environmental.
So the one on Pops Ferry and Jam, would it's going to entrance and exit off of both sides, or will it address face Jam or Pops Ferry?
It will entrance and exit off of both sides. One of the things that the police department recommended when it went through DRC is that they not have a left turn coming out the front, because they would have to go across oncoming traffic. So that coming out the front would be a right turn only.
Okay. And then the one on Pass Road outside.
We're not on that one yet.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
We're not on
Gotcha.
that one yet. That's
All
okay.
right, that's it.
All right. Any other discussion on item B?
Yes, just, I'm not in favor of this, this particular site. I don't think there's a demonstrated need for an additional gas station on Pops Ferry Road. You've got a convenience store with, I think those gas, I mean, they just have a couple of gas pumps to the west, and then when you go east to Cedar Lake Road, there are a number of gas stations there. So that's why I'm not in favor of this. Thank you.
Any additional discussion? I just want to respond to that in all due respect. There is a lot of development that's happening all across, I believe all the wards actually. There's a 300-unit apartment and 55 and older development at the, along Brody and Tribe Drive. There's another developer that's looking into over 300 single-family homes right across from A.J. Holloway Sportsplex. There's another development that's going to come before this council in a few weeks, and that's Crystal Bay. That's another Dennis Stiefel project. There's the John Felsher property there. It's right next to Live Oak by the bay. There's Savannah Estates. The Savannah Estates used to have one spec house in it several years ago. A couple other homes popped up. Now almost every lot, and these are pretty expensive lots that are going up. And then on Wetzel Drive, you have 14 or 15 units or 15 single-family homes that are going in and around that area. And I know I've missed several others. So I think there's probably a need with all of it coming. In addition to, we'll have a new upper elementary school that's on the drawing board for the old Kennedy Engine property. So there's going to be a lot more buses up there. Maybe we can get them to buy some gas, or at least we'll get the students and the parents. So all due respect, I understand that there may be an appearance that we have adequate convenience stores, but I think there's a need, and that Pops Ferry corridor, I don't think has reached its potential yet. That being said, I'll call for the question. All in favor? Opposed? How many opposed? 6-1. Okay, I thought you had your hand up. All right, next item.
Resolution granting conditional use approval to authorize a convenience store with gas sales located at 1644 Pash Road.
Is this ward right? Is it in the correct ward, Ward 2?
Ward 2.
Okay. Okay, just wanted to verify.
Three.
It's 3?
Three, yeah. It's right outside the gate of Keesler.
That's Ward 2.
Okay, I just want to note that the agenda has designated Ward.
Ward 2, I'm thinking it's my ward.
It's in Ward 2. Ward 2 is north of Pass Road at that location, so.
All right, so just clarifying, there's been some questions on that, so it is indeed in Ward 2. So entertain a motion for item C. Entertain a motion for item C.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All right, motion by
I did it.
Mr. Creel, seconded by Mr. Gray. Mr. Creel, you got the floor.
So this was the former VFW after McDonald's, correct?
Yes, sir.
So are they going to convert the building, or is it?
They're going to convert the building to a full convenience store. The gas pumps will be on the west side in that area that's the parking lot right now.
Okay, and then will they have the same egress on the Pass Road and onto, I believe that's not St. Martha, but with the St. Mary's, so they'll have access to both?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all.
Mr. Gray?
With Pass Road losing a few businesses, I think hopefully this will help bring back some of the other businesses and grow that end of Pops Ferry that definitely, Pass Road, I'm sorry, that definitely needs it. So that's all I have.
So how many pumps? I meant to ask, how many pumps?
I think it's 8 pumps that they're going to be putting in.
Okay, so it's not a Buc-ee's?
No.
Oh, okay, just want to make sure.
The building has been vacant for a long time.
Okay.
And, the best thing that can happen to a vacant building is to get a business in there that'll generate revenue, and that's what Mr. Patel plans to do.
That's right, perfect, thank you.
Mr. Tisdale?
Yeah, my objection would be for the same reasons as stated earlier. There are other gas stations on Pass Road. They're further west. But the other thing is, at that location, that's going to be tight for 8 pumps in what amounts to the west parking lot right now. And you've got residential immediately next door to the north. So I'm not in favor of this. That's all. Thank you.
Any other discussion?
I would have to say, on that end of town, we need anything we can get.
Okay. Let me make a quick, I'm looking at the drawing, there are only 4 pumps there.
4?
Yeah, and you do have the Shell station down on the corner, but if you've ever passed by there, that Shell station is constantly loaded with cars that sometimes stick out into past roads, so they could use a little relief.
Is this one going to have food too?
Yes, it will.
All right, any other discussion? Last chance. All right, call for the question. All in favor? Those opposed? Motion passes 6-1. Next item.
Resolution amending the budget to recognize funds received from the Mississippi Department of Revenue for Capital Project 913 Pops Ferry Extension.
This was moved by Mr. Tisdale and Mr. Creel. Mr. Tisdale, you have the floor.
I believe we agreed at the meeting yesterday afternoon to discuss the agenda that we would table this item. I believe I recollect that accurately. Is that what we agreed to do, gentlemen? Okay. So
It was discussed, but no action was taken.
that's correct. I'm sorry. That's correct. Thank you. So at this time, I would move that we table item D, subject to call.
I would second.
All right, there's a motion on the floor to table. There's a second. We're still in discussion on tabling it now. Mr. Tisdale, you still have the floor on that unless you want to yield to Mr. Creel.
Yeah, I will yield to Mr. Creel because he's on a roll tonight.
All right, Mr. Creel, you seconded it. Any other discussion?
No, this is tabling it subject to call, correct?
That's what
All right,
Mr. Tisdale said.
No further comment.
Any other discussion on this item at this time? Okay. Call for the question. All in favor? Those opposed? Anybody abstain? Motion carries unanimous. Item E.
Resolution in support of funding completion of the Lower Mississippi River Comprehensive Management Study and requesting Congress to hold a field hearing regarding the Bonnie Carey spillway.
I'd like to move that.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Mr. Tisdale. This is just a support resolution. It's urging the federal government to continue to get involved and to reinstate some federal money to this cause. And it doesn't come with any strings for us to do anything or financially. So I'd ask for your support. Mr. Tisdale?
I have nothing to add. Thank you, sir.
Any other comments?
So this is similar to the, I've seen other cities, Bay St. Louis, for example, pass this similar resolution to reinstore the funding for this, correct? 25 million, I think it's a.
Something in that range?
Perfect. Yes, sir. I support it.
This is to do a study actually for the 32 states and to actually put into a plan that can manage this proactively before it even starts to get down here. There's technology that they can anticipate the water rising and spilling over and coming down down eventually to us, and they may be able to mitigate that if they can have a spillway plan a little bit further up the river and tributaries. Any other discussion?
Yeah, with all the other cities sponsoring this, well, hopefully they can reach out and do a little sponsoring to the Save Our Sound while they're going to sponsor this. So they care that deeply about this, so care a little bit deeply about Save Our Sound. That's all.
I would hope so. I would hope so. Thank you, Mr. Gray, for those comments. Any other comments? All in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Motion for the consent.
I'm on it, David.
I'll move it.
Moved by Mr. Creel. Second by Mr. Shoemaker. Mr. Creel.
I have nothing.
Mr. Shoemaker.
I have nothing.
You have what?
Nothing.
Speak up loudly so we can record it.
Can you come? No, I'm just
We'll
kidding.
come back
I
to
have
you.
nothing.
All right. I'm just amazed how cordial everybody is tonight. It's refreshing. It's nice, you know.
We're all shooting to be Mr. Congeniality.
I know. Y'all, it's a tie right now. All right. I know. All right, let's start. Mr. Gray, anything on the consent?
I have nothing.
All right, I already know, Marshall. Mr. Nail, I'll come back to you. I already know.
I don't have anything.
All right, Mr. Tisdale?
Yes, a couple of things on, Chief, before you get out the door, a question. These, on item G, this deals with the mobile data terminals, and I'm thinking these are new mobile data terminals? So are they going in new vehicles, I would assume?
Some of them are, and some of the old Datalux units that we had are gone. They're shot, so.
Gotcha, okay, so they do wear out, so, all right, thank you, that answers that question. And then on item H and I, these are lawn mowers, mowing equipment that we're looking at, and I think it would be helpful if we kind of track the performance. I don't know if this is done, but my guess is somebody's probably looking at data to determine at what point, what's the best brand to buy, what kind of history do they have, repair history, maintenance, and stuff like that. And at some point, it's determined that their useful life, whatever that is, has arrived, and then we look at new equipment. But if we're not, I don't know if we're doing that, but I'd suggest we do something like that, just so we can look to see the lowest bid is not always the best bid is all.
Yes, sir.
So that's,
Ms. Labata, pardon me, is, we've been tracking that, and that's the thing that we've been looking at from there. These will actually be purchased in the city of Biloxi as well. So once, hopefully y'all approve this, we'll be able to move forward on those.
okay. On item L, this deals with trucks for the Port Commission. I have no problem with that, but I'd just like to comment, it might be a good opportunity maybe for the port or maybe something in Public Works to look at an electric vehicle just on a trial basis, not a trial basis, just on a, I hate to say experimental, but in the long.
Or allow you at any time, Dr. Tisdale, to drive my hybrid and see what you think about it.
However, it may be in the long run, particularly if they're not leaving the city limits. We need a charging station, might try one or two vehicles and see what, I think federal funding may have dried up by now, probably. We missed an opportunity earlier, but I would just throw that out there at some point. Might be worth looking at. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tisdale. I have nothing on the consent, and we'll go to Mr. Marshall.
I requested a list of the automobiles yesterday.
Yes, sir, it's in your email. It was sent today.
It was?
Ms. Quabe sent it. Mr. Gray, you received it?
Yes, I got an email. Maybe
It's to everyone.
You get it?
Yep.
You get it? Everybody got it but me?
No, check your spam mail.
Ms. Quabe sent that out earlier today. Matter of fact, if you want me to find the time, I can.
Let's see here.
You're so helpful. I don't know how we make it without you.
221.
All right.
That was at 2:21 p.m., sir.
You can stop being helpful now.
Okay, good deal. Call for the question on the consent, and then we'll get the exceptions after. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Exceptions, Mr. Gray?
No exception.
Mr. Marshall?
No exception.
Mr. Nail?
No exception.
Mr. Creel?
No exceptions.
Mr. Tisdale?
Nothing, thank you.
Mr. Shoemaker?
No exceptions.
I have none either. So there's no exceptions. Good deal. Code enforcements, we'll open those hearings up. Mr. Creel?
Got to do everything.
Good one, good one.
Item A, Community Missionary Baptist Church, 0 Nixon Street. This property is still in violation.
That's horrible.
What this is, they have a wrecked and jacked up vehicle in the parking lot. It's been there for a long time. Code enforcement talked to the church about it. Just don't want to move it, but it does meet the criteria for a junked or partially dismantled vehicle.
So what will happen? What action will code enforcement take?
We would take it, we would hire a wrecker service to take it to a storage yard. It would sit there until someone goes and pays a fee to retrieve it.
So, question.
Go ahead.
So how long will it stay in the storage yard?
Typically, they keep it for 30 days, and then if someone doesn't come and retrieve it, then they can do with it what they want to.
Okay, next question is who pays that daily rate for it to stay in the storage yard if nobody comes and gets it? It's not back on us, right?
No, we don't pay that fee, no, sir.
All right, is there anybody here to speak on behalf of Community Missionary Baptist Church, 0 Nixon Street? There being no one, this case is closed.
Item B, Gulf Point Associates LLC, 0 West Beach Boulevard. That case has been resolved. Item C, Oasis Real Estate Investments Incorporated, 2509 Shady Lane. That case has been resolved. Item D, Ronald Joseph Whitson Estate et al., 242 Main Street. That case has been resolved. Item E, Shira Shayona LLC, 1877 Beach Boulevard. That case has been resolved. Item F, Coastal Development Group Incorporated, 0 Camellia Street. This property is still in violation.
Why not better get the lawnmower down there?
Is there anyone here to speak on behalf?
I had Mike cut it.
Yeah, Mike, why haven't you cut that?
Can't get to it, it's on Camellia Street.
Oh, okay.
They might
Anyway,
not be able to get the lawnmower down the road.
All seriousness, anybody here to speak on behalf of Coastal Development Group Incorporated, 0 Camellia Street? There being no one, this case is closed.
Item G, Evan Liu, 141 Travia Avenue. That case has been resolved. Item H, KB and Winston F. Garth III Estate, 378 Lemieux Street. That case has been resolved. Item I, Amos Hamilton Jr., 217 Baptist Alley. That case has been resolved. Item J, Ernest Frank Henley Jr. Estate, 1057 Howard Avenue. This property is still in violation.
Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of Ernest Frank Henley Jr. Estate,
Jerry, is that the old West End Cleaners property? Okay.
1057 Howard Avenue? There being no one, this case is closed.
Item K, Christopher R. Francie, trustee, 2400 Pass Road. This property is still in violation.
What property is that?
What is that close to, Jerry, or what is?
This is behind the McAllisters and the shopping
okay.
center that's there.
Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of Christopher R. Francie, trustee, 2400 Pass Road? There being no one, this case is closed.
Item L, Tran Mann and Cindy Q. Hong, 2462 Pass Road. That case has been resolved. Item M, Tam Van Wyn, 282 7th Street. That case has been resolved. Item N, TSWS Environmental Properties LLC, 12163 Parker Creek Road. This property is still in violation.
What the hell, David? Walking right down there.
Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of TSWS Environmental Properties LLC, 12163 Parkers Creek Road? There being no one, this case is closed.
Item O, Joseph DeSico, 12459 Oak Lawn Road. That case has been resolved. Item P, Dana Demeter McMeans, 860 Lackland Drive. This property is still in violation.
All right, is there anyone here to speak on behalf of Dana Demeter McMeans, 860 Lackland Drive?
And on that property, what we're asking for is to secure the property, to secure the house.
Yeah, there's all kinds of, both in the front and the back. I believe there's still a tarp on the roof.
There being no one, this case is closed. Need a motion on the routine?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Tisdale.
Second.
Second by Mr. Creel. Mr. Tisdale.
I defer to Mr. Creel.
Mr. Creel?
And I do have one question. Mr. Weaver, or Colonel General Weaver, on the tabulation for the Christmas decorations between Ace Contractors and Lamy Electric, where my only question was the difference in item G. I didn't know if they gave you any detail on how that was so vastly different. Ace had it at 30,000 and Lamy had it at 13. So I didn't know if with the big difference, if they made any additional detail to that or not. I don't know.
I'll have to get back with you on that. I'm not.
It's 100 new pole fixtures, and somebody said 30,000 and one said 13. So I don't. Either a zero is missing on the second one, or I don't know. It was just caught my interest. Thank you.
It was unique when I signed it, but I went with the better deal.
Well, and I see where you,
Very good.
I see, yeah, exactly. So thank you.
That it? Wayne?
Call Mr. Walt Rhodey up. Hopefully you got a lot of money for us.
Ward 1, tradition.
That's right.
Keep hope alive.
Sure, now WX isn't here. Well, I got good news. So yes, we are doing well. We are reported previously, we have 671.7 thousand. We received on Tuesday, October 7th. We received an additional 673.1 thousand on Friday, October 24th. Currently, we have 241.3 thousand in step 3 of 5 in the Mississippi PA system. That's been there 7 days. So that should turn over to step 4 or 5 here shortly, and that's when it starts transferring down to us. So, we're doing 60 days in advance, very well.
We got any more we think coming soon in the future?
Well, the 241.3, sir, yeah, that's in the system. It's under what we call GAR approval, Governor's Authorized Representative. Once he approves it, it gets into step 4, and that usually takes about 10 to 15 calendar days.
Okay.
Let me jump into, for information on the situation, how this works. We try to stay 60 days ahead in the cash flow situation. As actuals come in, and maybe if we overestimated the 60 days, it's adjusted for the next cycle. So it actually depends on how much we've actually paid in this coming month that may affect how much we get 60 days ahead. So it's just a movement. We got to have 60 days in advance as an agreement between FEMA and MEMA and us. So it could vary a little bit, but as long as we have 60 days, because you got to cancel the check, apply for reimbursement, it goes to MEMA, FEMA, comes back, and that's why we need 60 days at hand.
Right. I've read an article and I've shared it with y'all about the EPA with $337 million they give to North Carolina. Is there any way we can check on them grants? I mean, I know they give it to them for water and sewer and drainage, so maybe we can
I would
get some
definitely
down here.
recommend administration.
No, we have done some of that EPA, what was the last $10 million thing? We're in the middle of that, to the tune of about $10 million for that specific grant.
Okay.
But it's not part of the infrastructure, it's not part of the Katrina infrastructure project.
Right. I mean, with the North Carolina, I know they give them $337 million. Hopefully we can get some of that money, somehow through grants, if they give them the money out. Something to look into is all I'm saying.
Yeah, we're working on 10. There's a $10 million grant specifically like that.
Okay. That's all I have.
All right. Any other discussion on routine? All in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Gray, if you make the motion to adjourn.
Well, I'd like to make close the meeting in honor of Mr. Larry Bird and Ms. Rhonda Bellius, and make a motion to adjourn.
All right. Second?
We'll all second it.
All right. Second. Everybody second it. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.